So this was a pretty spur-of-the-moment thing, but this might actually be one of the coolest video ideas I've ever come up with, at least in my opinion, and I hope you all agree. So what this video is going to be is there is a mod that was developed by Alphalanius called the Random tab. The Random tab allows you to search for levels with pure RNG. And so the idea I had is very simple. I would use this Random tab mod to give myself 5 levels at pure random, 5 rated levels, and I have to review them. And so that's exactly what this is. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the first level, and we're going to just review it. The one thing is that it does have to be a rated level, so I'm going to check that off, but it can be any difficulty, any update, so yeah, let's see what we get. I believe we click I'm Feeling Lucky. Oh wait, that gives us 1 singular level. That actually works out, though. Okay, so we gotta review Dramatic Disparity. I am kind of shocked that we got a level like this as our first roll, because I was expecting a lot more shit, but no, this level is legitimately good. I think Dramatic Disparity is a weird name for the level, though, because, I mean, look at it. It's just, like, not really generic, but a kind of ordinary modern level, right? And I feel like a level that's kind of modern like this with this happy-go-lucky song is kind of weird that it has a name like Dramatic Disparity. That feels like an extreme demon that Technical would have verified in 2.1. Super random name, but whatever. Theming is not matching the name, but that doesn't really affect the level's quality. The level's quality, it's about average. It's not bad. In fact, there are some parts that stick out to me as kind of unique, especially for a random 4-star like this. Parts like this mini wave spam stick out to me as kind of unique, and it was kind of a blast to play because you don't see gameplay, or at least, you know, you don't see stuff like this mini wave spam in gameplay in 4-stars like this. So, I don't know, this is a pretty unique daily level. Yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention, by the way. This is apparently a daily level, which I didn't know. I just happened to roll a daily level. Now, it's alright. I do think the decoration can be rather lacking in some parts. In particular, the big wave part looks just a little bit bland to me, but overall, this is a pretty decent level, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, let's roll the next level. We're just gonna click I'm Feeling Lucky and see what we get. A medium demon, Ice Core by GD Skell. Huh. Okay, this is a 2.1 level. Oh, I mean, Frozen Wastelands, an ice aesthetic? Already don't hate this. Well, let's see what this is about. Ice Core by GD Skelly is legitimately one of the worst levels I've ever played in terms of, like, build quality. This level, and this is kind of what I said in my reaction when I beat it, but this level plays like if GD Skelly got a team of playtesters together and told them to make the level broken. Like, the playtester's job was to break the level. Like, this is the fucking Fahrenheit 451 of playtesting. This shit is awful. I don't even know where to begin with this. The gameplay itself, even just at its core, assuming it worked, isn't fun. It's just really unsatisfying gameplay. The duel at the end is legitimately some of the worst gameplay I've ever touched. Throughout the entire level, a majority of the clicks can just be skipped. If you especially go back and watch the ball part, you see that I barely click at all in my completion, and yeah, that's because most of it you don't have to, even though you can, and if you do, it syncs, and it's very clearly intended to be what you have to do. There's nothing stopping you from just only clicking every so often. The duel's like that as well, and I actually, like, I'm complaining about it because it's low quality, but I have to admit, if you're beating this level, that ends up being kind of a blessing in disguise because it makes the parts significantly easier than I think they were supposed to be. But yeah, all in all, this level's fucking terrible. I think the only redeeming thing about it is that the hitboxes are really funny to me. Okay. What the fuck? Dude, the hitboxes are so bad. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is there just a floating block here? It's very, very, very bad, like really bad, and I think that the decoration and gameplay are both just so unremarkable and even bad in some parts. The decoration is bland. There's nothing even visually redeeming about it, and so yeah, this level is getting a 0 out of 10. This is fucking horrible. Don't play this. Alright, it's time to roll the next level. Uprise by Xanthic Alpha. Yeah, that's terrifying because it's a Xanthic Alpha level. Uprise by Xanthic Alpha is the most okay fucking level I have ever played. It is so mid, and I know calling things mid is kind of like an overdone criticism just in critiques as a whole, like it's kind of a cliche critique, but like this level is so run-of-the-mill and so average that there really just isn't anything to say. It's just a level. I will say the first like 25% is significantly more annoying than anything else in the level, but after you pass that first 25% it does get kind of fun. The dual ship at the end actually feels a lot more unique than it looks, and I mean this is just not like it's nothing special. It's not anything anyone's gonna be like turning their heads to look at. Yeah, this if you couldn't tell, it's a total 5 out of 10. I really have nothing else to say about it. Alright, time to roll level number 4. Let's see what we get. A 5-star, Formulate by Anon. Formulate is a very nostalgic looking level to me. Even though I've never seen this level before, it just screams early 2.1, and this is an aesthetic that I've always been nostalgic for. But pushing my nostalgia aside, this is just a very average level. It's not bad, but admittedly I actually kind of like the gameplay. There were a couple moments where a block would just kind of manifest in front of you, and I wasn't a big fan of that, but that's probably just because I was sight reading it. I feel like if this was hard for you and you chose to do a practice run, it would end up being pretty fun. I don't hate this level at all, but yeah, it's definitely not anything super grandiose or amazing. It's just an alright level in a very old decoration style, so yeah, 6 out of 10. Alright, I have to roll one more level, and then we're done. Please give me something good. Don't give me another fucking, whatever that ice level that wasn't even an ice level was. Give me something good. Coin Keeper by Robotic. Wow, Coin Keeper is a really cool level. This was an amazing thing to roll for the last level. When I was beating it, I admittedly had no idea what the level was doing, because at the very beginning it just tells you to input a number, and whatever you input does quite literally nothing. As I just decided to cut my losses with the gimmick and just beat it normally, I kind of figured it out. It, at the end of the level, gives you a number to input, and if you input that number, it gives you a completely different level. And the gimmick is that this is 3 levels packaged into one using the theming of Geometry Dash World's islands. It's actually genuinely an interesting idea. Like, this is really cool. And you need to beat all 3 routes in order to get the coins. I guess you could skip the first route if you just knew what the code was to get to the second route, but yeah, it's cool because you get the first coin by beating the second route and the second coin by beating the third route. And that means that this level has a pretty steady progression, because to do everything, you need to beat the whole level. The level's gameplay is pretty simple, although it does stand out as being pretty unique in terms of theming and song rep. And I always love it when the gameplay itself plays into the theming. That's always really nice. In general, this is just like a kind of edgy GD World level. It's pretty cool. I think it's also cool because one criticism I've thrown at GD World a lot is that the levels were too short. These, like, 3 levels that are combined into one here really feel like GD World full would have felt like, right? This feels like what a full GD World level would have honestly felt like, and I genuinely am blown away by this level. It's not new either. It came out in mid 2.1, starting with an ID of 5851, so it's not recent. It's pretty old, and I'm genuinely just surprised that this level is so obscure because it's insanely interesting. I am really happy that I rolled this, and this kind of validated in my own head that this series was a really good idea. So yeah, I'm really, like, this is just a cool level. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. And that's the end of this video. Or episode, potentially. I want you guys to let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this, because I thought this was extremely fun to make. This is sort of like a little experimental thing that I'm trying out, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I can't guarantee if this continues as a series that I will beat every single level I get, but I will certainly try. And the reason I can't guarantee this is because, like, the medium demon took me a long time, and I wasn't expecting to have to do that. And considering I'm not restricting difficulty at all, there's always the chance that I roll, like, an extreme demon or a high-end insane demon, and obviously I'm not going to beat that if we roll that, but I will pretty much just try to beat whatever comes across if I continue doing this. And, yeah, I thought this was just really fun. I am actually kind of surprised at how much variety we got with the levels, because, yeah, it's pure RNG, but so many levels are really generic and run-of-the-mill that I was worried that I'd get nothing but those and it would make the series kind of suck, but no, this was cool, and I really like this. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to continue this as a series, and I definitely will. And, yeah, follow my Blue Sky. I am trying to post more there, and I've been kind of posting screenshots of all my completions so you guys can see what I'm doing kind of in real time. And that being said, I don't really have that much more to say, so thank you for watching.